Shiva, the cosmic ascetic, the silent yogi of Kailash, the destroyer of illusion and ego. Among all the symbols associated with Mahadeva, none is as mysterious, as feared, or as misunderstood as his third eye. A single vertical flame of consciousness resting between his brows, an eye that, when opened, can burn desire, dissolve ignorance, or destroy the entire universe in an instant. But what is this eye? Where did it come from? And what does it truly represent? Today, we decode one of the most powerful symbols in Hinduism, Shiva's third eye. To understand the third eye, we must first understand who Shiva really is. In the Hindu pantheon, Shiva represents dissolution, not destruction for the sake of chaos, but destruction as the gateway to transformation. He is the stillness from which all movement arises, the void from which creation emerges. His two physical eyes represent the sun and the moon. Together, they reflect duality, day and night, masculine and feminine, logic and emotion, time and cycles. But Shiva's third eye represents something far beyond duality. It represents the fire of absolute truth, a fire that burns illusion, burns ego, burns the very roots of ignorance. It is the eye that looks inward and outward simultaneously, the eye of wisdom, the eye of transcendence, the eye that ends the old so the new can begin. The earliest hints of this third eye appear not in the Puranas, but deep in the Vedic world. In the Rig Veda, Shiva's earlier form, Rudra, is called Triambaka. Later generations interpreted Triambaka to mean the three-eyed one, but the earliest meanings were far more mysterious. Some scholars argue that Triambaka originally meant the one connected to the three mothers, referring to earth, atmosphere, and heaven. Others believe it referred to mastery over the three gunas, sattva, rajas, and tamas, the three forces that govern all of material nature. In the Vedas, Rudra is also called the thousand-eyed one. This doesn't mean he literally had thousands of eyes. It means he was all-seeing, present in the storm, the fire, the mountains, the forests. Over time, this infinite vision crystallized into a single concentrated point of power, a single eye that held the might of 1,000. Interestingly, the idea of a three-eyed deity isn't limited to India alone. In ancient Greece, there were depictions of Zeus triophthalmos, Zeus with three eyes. Across Indo-European mythology, the sky gods often shared symbols of omniscience. These parallels hint that the third eye may be one of the oldest spiritual symbols humanity ever conceived, a shared memory of a time when our ancestors imagined gods who could see across the heavens, the earth, and the underworld at once. But it is in the Puranic age that Shiva's third eye transforms from symbolism into living mythology. The most famous story is the burning of Kamadeva, the god of love. After Sati's death, Shiva withdrew from the world, entering a deep meditation atop Mount Kailash. The universe suffered under the terror of the demon Tarakasura, who could only be defeated by a son born to Shiva. But Shiva showed no interest in worldly affairs. So the gods turned to Kamadeva, hoping his arrow of desire could awaken Shiva's heart. With his sugarcane bow and flower-tipped arrow, Kama fired the arrow of longing into Shiva's chest. For the first time in ages, a ripple passed through Shiva's meditation, a spark of disturbance. And in that instant, Shiva opened his third eye. It was not anger in the ordinary sense. It was pure, concentrated truth, a beam of fire that incinerated Kama instantly, reducing the god of desire to ash. But this myth is not about Shiva rejecting love. It is about the destruction of craving. Shiva burns the bondage of desire, not desire itself. In fact, Kama returns later as Ananga, the bodiless one, symbolizing subtle, refined love rather than physical lust. The real message is this: when the third eye opens, ego-driven desire cannot survive its light. Another myth reveals a different aspect of the third eye, the birth of Andhaka. One day, Parvati playfully covered Shiva's two eyes from behind, expecting nothing more than a moment of fun. But the consequences were cosmic. With the sun and moon, Shiva's two eyes blocked, the entire universe plunged into complete darkness. Life forms collapsed, the rhythms of existence halted, and creation teetered on the edge of chaos. To restore balance, Shiva manifested the third eye, radiating light more brilliant than 1,000 suns. From the intense heat of this new eye, droplets of Parvati's sweat fell to the earth and transformed into a blind child. This child became the demon Andhaka, the one born in darkness. His blindness symbolized spiritual ignorance, the kind that arises when divine vision is blocked, when ego covers truth. This myth teaches that the third eye is not only destructive but self-luminous. It does not depend on the world, it illuminates the world. A third story, the destruction of the 3 flying cities, Tripura reveals an even deeper secret. 3 demon brothers had built 3 cities that could only be destroyed when they aligned perfectly, a rare astronomical event. The gods begged Shiva to act. They built an enormous cosmic chariot for him. The earth as the chariot, the sun and moon as wheels, Mount Meru as the bow, Vishnu as the arrow. But when the cities aligned, Shiva did something unexpected. According to Tamil Shaivite saints, the Nayanars, Shiva did not need the bow, the arrow, or the chariot. He simply smiled. And at the moment of that divine smile or the faintest opening of his third eye, the 3 cities burst into flames. The message is profound. For the Supreme, effort is not needed. Creation and destruction happen by his will alone. As mythology evolves, so does art. Over thousands of years, Indian sculpture and painting refine the symbolism of the third eye. In the Indus Valley civilization, the famous Pashupati seal shows a yogic figure surrounded by animals, possibly an early prototype of Shiva. Though the presence of a third eye is debated, the figure's yogic posture suggests early roots of meditation and inner vision. During the Kushan period, coins depict Shiva with a clear third eye, sometimes horizontal, sometimes vertical, marking the first unmistakable artistic evidence. By the Gupta era, the third eye becomes standardized. A vertical, serene, meditative eye, neither fully open nor fully closed. It signifies perfect balance, the stillness of a yogi who contains immense power but uses it only for cosmic balance. In Chola bronzes, especially the iconic Natraja, the third eye sits at the still center of Shiva's wild cosmic dance. As his matted hair swirls, as the universe cycles through creation and destruction, the third eye remains silent, unmoving, all-seeing, the axis of existence itself. Yet, the most profound interpretation of Shiva's third eye comes not from mythology or art, but from philosophy, particularly Kashmir, Shaivism and the Netra Tantra, a text entirely dedicated to the power of Shiva's eye. Here, the third eye is not just a weapon, it is the very essence of consciousness. The Netra Tantra teaches that Shiva's third eye is the source of immortality, the fire that burns death itself. The eye embodies 3 divine powers: will, knowledge, and action. It is invoked not just to destroy demons, but to burn away the inner demons of ignorance, fear, and limitation. In this text, Parvati asks Shiva about the true nature of his eye, and he reveals that the eye is a gateway to liberation. It is the fire that dissolves karmic seeds, the fire that reveals the self, the fire that consumes the ocean of suffering. A true yogi visualizes this eye within themselves, not on the forehead, but in the heart, a blazing point of awareness that burns everything that is false. This deeper meaning connects directly to yogic physiology. In yoga and tantra, the third eye corresponds to the Ajna Chakra, the command center of consciousness right behind the brow. It is the meeting point of the sun and moon channels, Ida and Pingala. When Kundalini energy rises through the central channel, Sushumna, it pierces the knot of ego at the Ajna Chakra. This moment is described as the opening of the third eye. It is not a physical opening, but a shift in perception, a breaking of duality. When the third eye opens, the world is no longer seen as separate. The observer and the observed merge. The yogi gains direct intuition, clarity, and insight beyond logic. Modern spiritual teachers describe this experience vividly. Paramahansa Yogananda speaks of a bright ring of golden light surrounding an inner blue sphere and a central white star, the spiritual eye, seen in deep meditation. Osho explains there are 2 eyes divide the world. They show duality, conflict, opposites. The third eye unites. It reveals the oneness behind all things. It is the single eye mentioned in the Bible where Jesus says, "If thine eye be single, thy whole body shall be full of light." Across thousands of years and across religions, the idea remains the same. The third eye is the gateway to higher consciousness. So what does Shiva's third eye ultimately represent? It represents a paradox. It destroys but it also liberates. It ends creation, but it also reveals ultimate truth. For the ego, the third eye is terrifying because it burns everything you cling to. But for the soul, it is salvation because it reveals what you truly are. In cosmic terms, the opening of Shiva's third eye marks the end of a cycle, the dissolution of the universe. But in spiritual terms, it marks awakening the dissolution of illusion. To open the third eye is not about gaining supernatural powers or visions of light. It is about seeing reality as it is free from desire, fear, ego, and illusion. It is about waking up from the dream of separation. This is why Shiva is Mahadeva, the great god. His third eye is not just a mark on his forehead. It is the symbol of the highest possibility within every human being. If you enjoyed this deep exploration into the mysteries of Shiva's third eye and want to uncover more hidden truths from Hindu philosophy, make sure you stay connected with Hinduism Unveiled. Your support helps this channel grow, so if this video brought you value, please leave a like, drop a comment, sharing your thoughts, and subscribe for more videos every week. And don't forget to turn on the notification bell so you never miss an episode. Thank you for watching, and until next time, may the light of inner wisdom guide your path, just as Shiva's third eye reveals the truth beyond illusion.